People always ask me, what does $1 million buy you in North Clark County? Well, it buys you peace, freedom, 15 acres, and almost a 3,000 square foot home. But the best part, this isn't $1 million. It's $849,000. It is built in 2020-21. It is a modern farmhouse. It has gorgeous interiors, and we're gonna go take a look at it right now. Then we're gonna jump in the pickup truck, and this acreage is so vast, we have to drive to it. Or we can walk to it, but I'm lazy today, so we're gonna drive. Let's get inside and see this thing. All right, so this was built by RG. This is a great custom home builder. You can see, check out the stone facing here, this great covered patio. It has beautiful board and bat siding, composition roof, great landscaping details. And I can't also wait to show you guys the greenhouse, raised bed gardens, etc. This is kind of a modern farmhouse, but also acts as an awesome place to homestead. Look at some high-end details here. It has the quick set hardware, solid wood door. You can tell this was built for the builder himself, just due to the quality of the finishes. And guys, I don't have all of the lights on. You guys know this about me. I have some of them on, not all of them. I do that purposely because I want you to see the natural light. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. This is the front hallway, right? You have coat rack here. And then immediately to your left, you have your first main floor bedroom. This is like a queen size, might even be a king size bed, 2 nightstands. So this is a pretty big bedroom. You have a closet here. And this house is full of windows. We're gonna immediately jump into the laundry room, and then I'll show you guys the garage after. It's full of stuff, like every house I sell. All right, one of the biggest selling features, it has engineered hardwood floors. This is a 12-foot long quartz island. I mean, you could bowl on this thing. You know, this is 6 full-size chairs. It's a great eat-in kitchen, stainless steel appliances, custom cabinetry, right? You have all of these details, really high-end custom cabinets, beautiful chef sink, and then this whole house is designed to take in the view. On a clear day, this is Mount St. Helens in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest, and it's got a beautiful view. The best thing also about this view is that you own a lot of these trees here, so you could log these off and just open that view. You could just make that view wide open. The quartz is cohesive throughout. This is also all quartz. You got this great little nook for the microwave, and then you have the range. Also, this has the perfect blend of kind of open storage, but then also tons of cabinetry. And then check out this bookcase. It's so big it doesn't fit in the shot. I mean, this thing's gotta be 16 feet tall. This place has vaulted ceilings. It's just, and it's solid. I mean, it's solid as a rock. It kind of continues with this open concept layout. This is kind of your living space. You got this great fan, electric fireplace. Again, windows facing out to Mount St. Helens in the Gifford-Pinchot. And then a formal dining area. This is a really big space, guys. I can't really explain how large it is, but you know, you could fit a larger credenza, larger table, and then it's just windows throughout. It has higher end architectural grade trim throughout as well. Super important. I also want to show you guys the deck. This is a Trex deck. With powder-coated aluminum railings. I don't have my shoes on, so I'm not gonna get fully out there. But isn't this great? That's the sound of your neighbors right there. Birds. We replanted orchard trees throughout, so you're gonna have fruit trees probably by the time you move in. And then you have, this is a great overview of all these raised bed gardens over here. And we'll actually get boots on the ground and we'll look at that here in a minute. But like I was saying, mountain view is over here on a really clear day. cut out some of these trees, open this up. It's pretty impressive. I'm gonna close this up as I go here, guys. We just hosted an open house where we had probably 6 or 7 different groups through. And you know, I think this house is gonna go quick, especially at this price point. It's actually priced about $100,000 below assessed value, which is unheard of. This is a fun little feature. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this was our video for the MLS. Look at those windows. Is that not impressive? I know it. Okay, now, this is something that I cannot wait to show you guys. And you know, if you guys are looking at homes in Camas or Ridgefield or Kalama, you will not find homes at this price point on this acreage. This is the primary bedroom. Look at the size of this. This is one of the largest primary bedrooms I think we've ever listed. It's a huge, huge room, and it has a great oversized balcony. I say it's oversized because this is typically just room for, you know, standing, but this you could put a little table, some chairs, and just hang out, morning coffee, evening glass of wine, whatever's your poison. And this is what you take in. I mean, the views from here, territorial views, sunsets are absolutely impressive. You know, you have these northern facing terraces on this side, southern facing terraces on this side, and then north towards the mountain. Again, architectural grade hardware throughout, pretty handy. Also, they have dimmer switches on a lot of this lighting. That's also a huge feature. I hate when rooms are too bright, but I'm gonna back up and go to the corner of this primary bedroom. Look at that, isn't that amazing? I mean, for a homes on land type of listing, this one checks so many boxes. A lot of the times you'll find 15 acres, but you won't find it with this nice of a home on it, or you'll find this nice of a home, but none of the land is actually usable. And this has many terraces that could be built out. It's got great timberland on it, a large, you know, side and backyard, all really impressive. Soaking tub. This is one of the largest showers I think I've ever seen. And then double vanities. And then let's get into this walk-in closet. This is impressive. If I could find the light switch, there it is. So large walk-in closet. Every American has a gun safe. But just lots of room. Like this primary is on the main floor, and it checks a huge box because again, acreage properties in kind of North Clark County and these locations don't typically have primaries this big. Little powder room here for the essentials off the kitchen, right? Now I want to show you guys the downstairs. This is a daylight ranch. And this is where family, kids, hanging out, kind of louder, rambunctious entertaining probably takes place. You can also see this engineered hardwood, hard surfaces throughout on this home. So easy for cleaning, including the stairs. Great hangout room here with separate access to the exterior. Bedroom, pretty awesome, I must say. Closet, and then extra bedroom down here. So very handy. There's also a bathroom down here. This could almost be set up for a multi-generational situation if that's what you wanted to do. The other thing that I love about this house is it's very straightforward, right? It's not frou-frou. It's not zhuzh, it's practical, but with really high-end finishes. And it did really follow this modern farmhouse layout. Just look at the vaulted ceilings here. Right? Another overview of the kitchen. Now guys, the part you've all been waiting for, we're gonna jump in Jared's pickup truck and we're gonna go look at the land and we're gonna walk the land a little bit. One thing I forgot before we go outside and look at those raised beds, the garage, yep, it's full, just like every garage. But decent little 2-car garage is what it is. Separate man door, that's handy. Dialed in though, taped, mud, decent lights, polished concrete floor. It's ready to go. All right, guys, one other thing that I wanted to show you. It has this great natural rock retaining wall plus large concrete pad in front of the 2-car garage. Let's back it up so you guys can see an overview of the house. And again, look at your neighbors, right? This is the best of the Pacific Northwest. This is what acreage properties, homes on land, country homes, you know, properties in Salachi Prairie, in Amboy, in North Clark County. That's what these types of properties emulate right here, is extreme privacy. Wellhead right here, 5 gallon a minute well. Let's check out this chicken coop. How much fun is this? Hey girls. Any eggs? Let's check. Any eggs? Oh, a girl's laying right now. She's laying. There she is. Hey, you. Oh, wow. I had to go in here and get these. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Chickens, eggs, raised bed gardens. How much fun is this? And she's got a lot. I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of veggies you're going to be harvesting off of this in the summer months. Greenhouse. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, needs some cleanup, but it'll get there. A little bit of love. More raised beds. Gosh, another, what, 5, 10, 15. There's got to be 40 raised bed gardens here. I mean, is this not impressive? And then you have this whole backyard area to hang out. What's really wild about this property here, now you can see the house a little bit better. So to break it down, guys, 2.5 bath, 4 beds, 2 balconies, covered outdoor spaces, 2021 build, and all surrounded by God's country. Amboy, Washington is the gateway to the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. You know, and it's not, you know, it's, I would not call it remote. I mean, you're only 25 minutes to groceries, you're 6 minutes, 7 minutes to a jug of milk and some fuel. You're less than an hour to an international airport, and you are only a few minutes to the state reservoirs, Lake Merwin, Yale Lake, Swift Lake, Eagle Cliff, Plains of Abraham, Ape Caves. This is Mount St. Helens Recreation at its best. Now, straight down ahead of me is the rest of the top 4 acres. And then, it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to point because I'm going to get there in my truck in a minute. That ridge right there, I think you guys can see that. It's like a ridge road right there. That's this other property line. Then you have about 750 yards, 10 killer acres on that side. So it's like you have all of this land that if you're into dirt biking, horseback riding, hiking, quite honestly, hunting right off your own property, this one checks those boxes. But I want to kind of get up close to that and just explain those lines really nicely for you. You have easements also to access the back of your property. You actually have a triangle of land right over there. So this one does have an interesting lot layout, but it was laid out to get the best acreage. So that's really important for folks to know. Tons of areas, parking, RV parking, boat parking, trailer parking. And then there is some flat level sections on here to get a shop built or a guest house or something like that. So the potential on this thing is endless. All right, let's jump in the truck. You guys, I am in the trusty GM. Let me just get my camera set up ready for you. All right, here we go. It is May. We've had not such great weather lately. We're gonna keep it right there. And the last 4 days have probably been some of the rainiest we've seen in a long time. But before this, we had like 15 days. No, it'd be even more than that. It was almost a month of no rain. So it got pretty hairy there for a while, where it was getting really dry, and you worry about 4th of July fireworks and things like that. So we needed this rain. I'm glad we got it. All right. Oh, and you know what? I need to grab something here. I'm gonna grab my open house sign. Bear with me. Right. Thanks for your patience. Here's the thing, guys, and this is something that we talk about so much, but if you've been looking for acreage in Amboy, Washington, or anywhere out in Salachi Prairie, North Clark County, even La Center or Ridgefield, we're only 30 minutes from those places, you've probably got some questions. And I think one of the biggest questions is, what does 15 acres or 10 acres actually look like in real life? And this is what I'm about to show you and how this is kind of all broken down. I think probably the other biggest question I get is, what does $1 million buys you? And like I said at the beginning of my video, this is less than $1 million, but really, it probably should be $1 million if you look at the square footage and the acreage. But for some reason, this one's still looking for its buyer. So maybe that'll be you guys. We get a lot of buyers off of YouTube. I'm a country broker. I'm a real estate advisor, and rural properties out here in Clark County, Washington is what I'm totally obsessed with. But I want to show you this land in a little bit better detail. So this is kind of halfways down. The house sits way up over there. But then you also have all of this ground here. You have almost 2 acres down here. Then you have 2 acres up here. So you kind of have this great kind of 4-acre area with this road splitting it, but you can utilize this road to get to it. And this is where this 10-acre conversation it gets interesting. And I think that the big thing with this property is that you have opportunity to build it out. You have opportunity to build trails, hunting blinds, dirt bike tracks. You can clear. I mean, this was all forest as well, right? Now it's been all cleared. It looked just like this. It didn't look any different. But what I wanted to say is that starting here, and again, without the drone, it's kind of tough. You have like 10 acres rectangle, like 750 yards this way through this thick brush. You can actually see these guys started to build not a bad gravel road coming up either. That's something I should really point out. But this guy started to build some trails. And at one time, this thing was fully built out with tons of trails. So again, this is what you guys do on, Friday afternoons, Saturday mornings, is you come in here and you walk your acreage. I mean, you could have 15 acres is a big piece. You could have walking trails that literally go for miles. You could have trails that run for several hours. On this piece, there's so many lookouts to Mount St. Helens and territorial views. But this just kind of goes to show, just grab a machete and start building, right? I mean, this thing just keeps going. And I could walk this for probably 2 hours, but you guys would all click off of it because all I'm showing you is trees. And I've walked this, but this is awesome. Guys, look at this. That trail just keeps meandering up this. And, you do have definitely some blackberry control, some fuel control but you're surrounded by these beautiful evergreens. And like I say, you have about 750 yards that way of land and lookout and trails. So, you know, if you guys want privacy, which is one of the biggest things you guys always ask me for is, Jared, we want something where we don't have neighbors. You do have some neighbors on this one, but you can't see their houses from your house. Maybe a peekaboo view of one, but otherwise it's pretty private. And if you're utilizing and planting and building privacy buffers, you could be fully private pretty quickly. All right, let's keep going here. Now, I told you guys about the reservoirs, but I didn't tell you why they're there. So they're there for hydroelectric power. This area of Washington has some of the cheapest electricity in the Union, believe it or not. But it's also huge for boating, kayaking, paddle boarding. You know, I would say that where you actually are in Amboy, Washington, it sits in northern Clark County. It's up in Salachi Prairie area. To break it down a little simpler, it's tucked between the Lewis River corridor and the foothills heading towards the mountain. From this property, like I said, you're 25 minutes to Battleground, 45 to Vancouver, less than an hour to PDX. As mentioned, down the road, gas station, eggs, milk, emergencies. So, you know, here's the trade. You are rural. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. But by no means are you off grid. You're not snowed in the winter, and you're not an hour from a grocery store. It's that layer of rural that most people actually want. You're quiet. Look at the views. Look at the views, guys. Look at the views. You're quiet. You're treed, you're low traffic, but you have a paved road just down from yours. Okay guys, I'm about to jump into the pickup truck. Don't also let me forget to tell you, you're not far from Spilly Eye Bay. You got Molten Falls. It's dialed here, guys. Anything else on my notes that I got to get here? I don't think so. I think that's it. That's the tour. 15 acres. 4 here, 11 there. 3,000 square foot custom built home, 2021. Priced under $850,000. Open concept, architectural grade finishes. You're here in Amboy, Washington. You're less than an hour to PDX. You're 30 minutes to Battleground, give or take. Less than 10 minutes to a jug of milk. Guys, this is a killer deal. It's a killer modern farmhouse. If you guys want a private tour, look me up, countrybroker.com. Call me on my personal cell, 360-612-2079. My name's Jared Ritz. I'm Southwest Washington's exclusive country broker, and I cannot wait to go on the next adventure with you. Cheers.